Hey guys, how you doing? This is Manga, etc. And I'm here today to bring the review for My Hero Academia Manga chapter 374. So we start things off with that news broadcast, and it's just basically telling us like, well, from how I perceived it is that it's basically saying that because of all the fighting going on in Japan right now, it's causing like weather problems, and these weather problems could possibly spread out onto the rest of the world. And what was funny, not really laugh out loud funny, but just an inner chuckle to yourself kind of funny, is the whole point where this weather forecaster is basically like, yeah, the whole world might want to bow down to Order for One, but I don't support that movement, and they're like, cut the camera quick. So yeah, like I said, when I put my own spin in it, it sounds a bit more funnier. But yeah, like I said, that wasn't really laugh out loud funny, but a little bit inner chuckle. But that's how we started the chapter. I'm glad because it was like 1 or 2 pages. I'm glad it didn't go on for longer than that because it just felt like a okay like. I know I was complaining about it previously about being with what's his name, Shoji, and Anima, and I was complaining about it previously, but I'd rather be with them, yeah, at least their main characters, rather than with some random news report or weather forecast or whatever kind of thing. So I'm glad I didn't spend too much on it, and like I said, it was somewhat humorous. But after that, we skip over to the main action where we have to go a bit everywhere and everywhere kind of thing. But the takeaways from this chapter is that Kurogiri, he's back on the side of the League of Villains. So now they've got their Warper back. There is a problem, and this chapter does essentially set up said problems for our heroes, because we have a little bit of a scene of Shoto, and we see Dabi. He's basically turning into a madman. He is going beyond plus ultra at this point, because I can't remember who it was, but it's basically saying like, like, whoa, like, how's he still going kind of thing. So he's going both plus ultra, but we know that he wants to come face to face with Daddy, and by the end of the chapter, he is on Daddy's doorsteps. Yeah, he's stepping through the portal, and like he's with Endeavor now. And now, what I feel like is gonna happen there, I don't think they're gonna fight. I could be wrong, but I don't think they're gonna fight. If they are gonna fight, probably a small fight. But I think the majority of what is to happen there is that they will have a talk, and Dabi will probably come to his senses. They'll finally see eye to eye. The family issues will be resolved. But unfortunately, Dabi dies. That's when Dabi's body will give out. He might do some last heroic deed before he goes, but definitely don't think Dabi is coming out of this war alive and able to play happy families with his family again. No. That's not what I think is going to happen at all. So another part of this whole Kurogiri coming back into the side of the League of Villains, we see, I think it's him coming through the portal, but we have some people coming through the portal at the point of where Monona, Mr. Copycat, and Eraserhead is, and now he's putting in the work. Mr. Copycat's putting in the work. He go, don't worry, when the history books come out, I'll make sure they credit you correctly, because rightly so, you're putting in the work right now. But anyway, a portal opens near them. You see, and this is why another reason why I think it is Kurogiri coming in the flesh, because President Might is coming through the portal as well. You see him, and regardless of coming through, regardless of who's coming through that portal, there is a problem, because if these men blink, and Shigaraki gets his quirks back, there's a big problem. There's a big problem, but there's the threat of that looming in the air right now. So the last thing to really talk about is how at the end of the chapter, we see another portal opening. This one is where Hawks is. I'm not sure, I can't remember who else is with Hawks, but a portal was opening there. And in through the portal, you see Twice. And for a second to myself, I was like, yo, Twice is dead. How was he still here alive and kicking it? But then I remembered. Toga. She can now turn into people and use their quirks as well. So this is how Twice is there and living. So yeah, there's that. I'm not really a big Hawks fan, so if he dies. But he's possibly got an army of Twices plus like other members of the League of Villains as well. So there's a problem. So yeah. When you have Toga and Twice being able to use Twice's ability, you've got essentially 4 times the problem, I think. Maths is not my strong point. No, I'm joking. But yeah, but you know what I'm talking about there. You see where I'm going with that. The numbers kind of end up crazy. But that's everything I've got to say about this chapter. Coming off of the shogi anime stuff, it was a delight to have this chapter to read. But at the end of the day, I don't still feel like it was a very exciting chapter. I think it just scrapes an average 3-star rating, and of course, guys, I must give you your thoughts and opinions. If you haven't already, please go to my YouTube channel. Most importantly, take care. Have a nice day.